Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at pentatonic box breaker number 4, and we are going to work on the best notes to bend in the minor pentatonic scale, position 1. We're going to be using the key of A minor, so we're going to be starting on the 5th fret. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on bending, because bending adds a vocal-like quality to your guitar playing that makes you sound almost like a voice. It's a way to sing with your guitar. And when I hear a lot of students start to improvise with the first position, they tend to bend notes that aren't the greatest. Now, I'm going to give you guys the 2 notes that I think are the best to focus on in the beginning, and I think this is going to help you to add more emotion, more tension, and release in your solos. So let me give you guys a little playing example of what this is going to sound like, and then we'll dive into the breakdown of it. Alright guys, so hopefully you can hear how much of a vocal-like quality that bending adds to the scale and improvising. Now, what am I doing here in this scale? So the first thing we got to know is this. We're using 5 notes in this scale: A, C, D, E, and G. The notes that I'm focusing on and that I think you should focus on first are going to be the D to E note and the G to the A note. They're both whole step bends. So if you don't know how to do a whole step bend, then you should watch my bending video so you can get familiar with just bending. But I'm going to assume you guys know how to do whole step bends. Now, what I'm doing technically here, or theoretically here, is I'm bending the flat 7 up to the root note, and I'm bending the 4th up to the 5th. Now, where does this fall on the A minor pentatonic scale in this first position? If we look at the scale, I'm going to highlight here on the screen the D note and the G note, and I'm going to highlight that in both octaves. So the 2 that I'm going to tell you guys to focus on first are going to be the 7th fret of the G string and the 8th fret of the B string. And you're going to do full bends on both of those. So from the 7th fret of the G string, you would bend up a whole step from D to E. And then on the B string, we're bending the 8th fret a whole step from G to A. Okay, so we got, and I'll give you guys a couple little licks you could do here. You could do something like, or we could go, get it here. Right, so these are going to be our 2 main spots. So what I would recommend you do here is you walk down a couple notes and then you do the bend. Something like this. Or you could do one of these. Now if I just play a little bit. I could bend these on the D string. They're a little bit harder to bend though, right? Do something like that. But I really like these 2 on the G and the B string. So I'm going to play this track and I'm going to show you guys this a little bit. Now I'll add some notes. double bends. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just walking notes up and then I'm doing a bend. If I wanted to use these lower ones, I would stay away from them unless you're a little bit more advanced, but you can really get into these two on the G and the B string. Now this is something that's going to be super useful in your playing, and I hope that you guys like focus on this. And then think about this too. You could move this idea anywhere else on the fretboard and focus on those same two. So if you wanted to go into like the next shape or something, right? If I went to mode 2, those notes would be the same. The G to A is the same 8 to 10 on the B string, and then it would be 10 to 12 on the high string. Right? So I'm going to play a track again and see if I can kind of show you guys if I use the notes up there. Same two notes. So here we go. I'm going to go high with it a little bit here now. Okay, so I don't want to go too crazy with the improv stuff, but in conclusion here, these two notes are the ones I think you should start to focus on now. It's going to be the D to the E note and the G to the A note, or the 4th to the 5th and the flat 7 to the root note. But anyway, if you just focus on getting these whole step bends in these two spots, I think it's going to add a lot of emotion and vocal-like quality to your guitar playing and your solos. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. I got to tell you too, check out my flashcards if you haven't looked at them. I've got probably over 700, maybe 800 reviews by now on Amazon, and these will help you with memorizing your fretboard, like the notes, intervals, chord formulas, scale formulas, all that kind of stuff. If you're working on memorizing that stuff, those flashcards are really going to help you. Now, also, I always say this in my videos, but you got to check out my course on my website, tunedinguitarlessons.com, and that is a music theory course, and it covers all the content in the flashcards. Guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. God bless you.